Hi everyone, and welcome to the very last video in this series. This is from Tiny Year by Agotapop, the Colouring Heaven magazine. We are on page 11, March, and we have this last little one to do. If you haven't followed along with the rest of the series, just quickly to let you know, this magazine is out of print, but you can buy it print on demand from Amazon through Colouring Heaven's Amazon page, or you might be able to still get it in some shops, and you can also get the March Tinies from Agotapop's website as a Etsy page as a download, and all the links that you need are in the description. We're using Black Widow's pencils, and we're going to do this jar of daffodils. Now these three flowers here, I think they look like they might be snowdrops, but what I have decided to do is to make them into crocuses, because crocuses have this sort of grassy stems and they're much easier to colour. So I'm making my life easy by making them crocuses, and we're going to colour those first. We're going to use the eggplant and do sort of violety coloured crocuses. Okay, I'm just going to start here really. Now the purpley crocuses come in two shades. One is a darker colour like this, and one is a more lilac-y, lavendery colour, so you can choose. And of course, if you want to do them as snowdrops, by all means do, but I'm just not up for doing that myself at this moment. White flowers are quite tricky, I think. I'm going to practice actually. There's a page of flowers before this page, on page 10, and a lot of them are white flowers. There are snowdrops, there are lilies of the valley and things like that, and I'm going to have a practice, and I will share that page in my completed pages video, so you'll be able to see what I've been doing with it, but I'm not going to do those on camera. Practicing them myself first. With this particular picture here, we have got this jar. Now we could colour it as a jam jar, you know, a see-through jar, or we could make it a coloured jar. Either way, we would still be able to see the stems through because of it being glass, but it would be a slightly different technique, making it not see-through, not clear, rather, and coloured. So we'll see how things go. I think I know how I want to do it, so yeah. Now these daffodils, they look to me like they are going to have slightly darker trumpets, with the seeds being even darker and then the leaves being lighter, but I will do them in all yellow. So I'm going to use the gold dust first. I think it's this one. Oops. Yeah. And I'm going to use the gold dust for the little dots of seeds first. It's really hard to see that one. Gosh, it doesn't want to show up. There we go. I can hear an aeroplane now, quite loudly, making it sound like summer, and yet there's a thick cloud and it's been snowing. Now a slightly lighter yellow for the trumpet there. Let me have a little look. I'm thinking the nugget might work okay. Here it is. Interesting how when I put my hands in, the paper goes whiter. My camera has a mind of its own, I think. So we have this bit of the trumpet down here, and then this bit. I think it's going to be a little bit darker in the middle than on the edge, because deep in there there'll be some shadow. There's a train going by. Trains are doing well at the moment. There's a local event on this week, and it gets very, very busy, and the trains, they tend to put on more than double the amount of carriages. It gets that busy at certain times of the day, when the event, before it starts and when it ends. I am going to use the sunburst for the petals. What I'm going to do with these is just fade them out towards the tip a little bit. So yeah, it gets a bit manic. So my boys are glad that they're actually got this week off uni, so they don't have to travel with all those extra people. And some of them aren't usually coming from London. Yeah, some of them aren't particularly nice. I remember when I lived in the town that the event's taking place in, and you had all these tourists coming there, and the tourists I'm going to go over that as well, just make it more vibrant. No, got nothing against tourists, but these some of these were just particularly rude, which wasn't nice. Most tourists who just come to visit a town aren't, but they were coming to a particular event. It's not so. They just didn't seem such nice people somehow. I don't know why. But I think it's particularly on the way back, because they often have a lot to drink. And then, yeah, not so good. Most people don't behave so well when they've had too much to drink. Some do, but, you know. So I think that's probably the main part of the problem, is the drinking. And the place has so many bars. I've been there myself for an event, a corporate event that my husband went to, and it was horrible. I really didn't like it. And the people that were there were mainly corporate people, not the sort of normal people that go. But no, it just wasn't for me. It's not something that my family would normally do or go to anyway. Now I'm trying to choose the right colour for the stems. Now we have some stems that look like they're definitely part of the crocus and some that are part of the daffodil. And I'm thinking doing them different colours is going to be a nice thing to do. So I'm going to grab the apple and use this colour for the crocus. I'm going to do this bit, the green. And this bit, it's a little bit light actually, that colour, but never mind. And I think I'm going to do this one as if it belongs to this. I don't think it matters too much, but what we need to think about is these stems down here, but these all look really long, so I'm thinking I might do them as if they're the daffodils. So we'll just do these. Like that, and then go slightly darker. Whoops. Maybe the leaf green. Let me see. Yeah, it's the leaf green for the taller ones. And we'll also use it for these stalks down here, and I'll show you what to do. So I'm going to make these quite intense. Not quite the right colour, but I like this colour. I mean, the daffodils aren't probably not quite the right colour either, so it's fine, you can tell what they are. So down here, we want to colour these bits lightly, these stems. So we're still colouring them in, but we're keeping it a bit light, because sort of thinking about the fact that we're looking through the glass. And so that might make it a bit hard for us to see them. There we go, like that. Now I've got this ribbon, I'm going to do that last. I'm going to do the jar. I'm going to do it as if it is see-through. So I need a sort of glassy grey type colour. I'm just looking at what I have. I think the greythorn is probably the best shade. It's not too dark, not too light, a nice cool grey. I'm going to start on the rim part and make this bit a little bit darker, and then just sort of fade it off towards the middle. Then on this side, just fade it across like that. And the same here. And you can see a bit of the base here. So just going to take that across. I'm going to sort that bit out in a minute. Yes, I'm not going all the way along because some of it will be pretty see-through. A bit like that, and then maybe a bit more for the base like that. There we go. Now our ribbon. I'm thinking sort of pink or red, something like that would be a good match. I'm just going to see. I could use the watermelon, the plum pudding, cyanide, maiden pink maybe. Maybe the maiden pink. Let's try and find it. It's this way a bit. There it is. Sorry. Maiden pink. As I said the other day, the names are right where the elastic is. It makes it quite tricky. I think I can just try and fade that to the tip a little bit. The same on this side. Fade this one upwards just a tad. And this one. So I sort of fade it up to that, towards that top corner. Still want some colour on there, just a bit less. Just helps to give the illusion that our ribbon is a little bit shiny. And these I want darker on the edges. And then it helps to make the jar look like it's a little bit more rounded. And now we need a white pen to just try and make our jar look a little more glassy. Got my Posca here. What we actually want to do is go over the top of these lines here. Now unfortunately it's just erasing them. I can't see any white because I have made it so light. I'm going to go a little bit nearer to the edge where I think it's going to show up more, where my grey is a little bit more intense. And on there. There we go. Yeah, that one seemed very quick. But it did have a little less detail, I feel, than some of the others. There is our jar. Now if you wanted to do your jar in a different colour, to have them say in a blue jar, green jar, pink jar, whatever, instead of, you just colour it in the same way, but instead of using the grey you would use your pink, your blue, your whatever it was. But you don't want to do it too dark, or else why would you be seeing these stems through? Okay, so that's a sort of tip for that. But let's have a look at our whole page and see the finished page. There it is. So thank you so much for watching this series, for following along if you have, or for listening and maybe colouring something else. I hope they've got you in the mood for spring and spring flowers, and got you smiling. Yes, thank you for watching. Please tune in for the next series, whatever that might be, and happy colouring.